Having a party? Today we're making quick and simple a party appetizer or hors d'oeuvres. We're making shawarma bowls. These crispy, crunchy and tasty shawarma bowls are filled with the shawarma filling and sauce. They're really easy to make and very tasty indeed. So let's get started. We start off by making the dough for the shawarma bowls. To a bowl, I've added 2 cups of plain all-purpose flour, just over a quarter teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to pour in half a cup of boiled hot water. Stir this briskly with a wooden spoon till the hot water warms up the flour completely. You want all of the flour to be nice and warm. Once all the flour is moistened and warm, we can add the remaining water to make the dough. For this, we're going to add a quarter to half a cup of fresh water, room temperature water that is, and add quarter cup first and then add up to half a cup as needed, just to form a nice dough. You don't want a dough that is too wet. Now we're going to knead this dough for about 5 minutes till it's nice and soft and bouncy. We can cover this with cling wrap and we can set it aside for 20 to 30 minutes while we prepare the shawarma filling. For the shawarma filling, first we're going to prepare our special spice mix, a very simple one. 1 teaspoon coriander seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 cloves, half a teaspoon of black peppercorn, 3 green cardamom pods, and we're just going to grind this to a fine powder. So here I have 300 grams of boneless chicken. I've cut it into small strips and patted it dry so there's no water in there. To this we're going to add the ground spice mix that we just prepared. I'm using a strainer here to get rid of any of the skin of the cardamom pod. To this, we're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons minced garlic, as well as 2 teaspoons of fresh lime juice, and 2 tablespoons of really thick yogurt. It can be hung yogurt, Greek yogurt, or you can even use sour cream. Add salt to taste. I'm adding just less than half a teaspoon. We're also going to add dried herbs, a teaspoon. I'm using dried cilantro or coriander. You can use whatever dried herbs you like, but I feel the coriander really works well here. And finally, we're adding 1 tablespoon of minced onion. Get in there with your hands and give it a good rub so all the juices of the garlic and the onion combined with the spices and yogurt and lime juice really coat the chicken well. So we can set that aside briefly. Now we're going to roll out our dough. It's been about 20 minutes. First I'm going to roll it into this long cylinder shape like this, and we're going to divide it into 12 equal portions. We can make 12 shawarma cups with this recipe. So we're going to be working with 2 portions of the dough at a time. Cut them gently into small circles, and you want to just drop a couple of drops of olive oil onto one of the circles, sprinkle with flour on both the circles and make into a sandwich like this, and then we're going to roll them out into small circle shapes. Rolling them out 2 at a time like this saves a lot of time. So the size is of a small tortilla, something like this, around the size of my hand, as you can see. And we're going to continue with the remaining portions of dough. Sprinkling a little bit of flour on each of the circles and adding a few drops of olive oil between the two circles prevents them from sticking together. You can easily peel them apart when you're done rolling. Now I've got a hot griddle pan and we're going to slightly cook the tortillas. We want to cook them around 20 seconds per side. We don't want to fully cook them. They will still seem a little bit raw. They need to be that way because we're going to fry them further into the cup shapes. If you want the cups to turn out nice and crunchy and crispy and perfect, you need to make sure that the tortillas are not fully cooked through at this stage. So we're going to continue with the remaining small flour tortillas like this. Using a large griddle, I can cook around 3 at a time. So once all your flour tortillas are cooked, we can start to cook our chicken filling. Here I've added 3 tablespoons of olive oil to a non-stick wok with deep edges, and we want to wait till it's nice and hot. To this we're going to add the marinated chicken, and we want to stir fry this on high heat for 6 to 8 minutes till the chicken is nice and tender as well as slightly charred on the edges. This gives that shawarma flavor when you get nice charred edges with the marinade. So when the chicken is cooked and slightly charred, we can turn off the flame. With the heat turned off, to this we're going to add a 1/4 cup of diced red onion, 1 medium-sized tomato that's been diced as well. I removed the seeds and squeezed to remove any excess liquid, a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro or coriander, and a 1/2 cup of loosely packed grated cabbage, as well as 2 tablespoons of carrot that's been julienned. So just give that a good mix and our filling is ready. Now we're going to make the shawarma cups with the flour tortillas that were half cooked. We're going to fry them in oil. You want a small pan or wok of oil for shallow frying. You don't want to deep fry them because they tend to lose their shape. So to get that bowl shape, what we're going to do, we're going to place 1 flour tortilla into a strainer like this. Face the least cooked side towards the bottom. And then we're going to use either another strainer or a slotted spoon slightly smaller than the initial strainer, and we're going to press down to create that bowl-like shape like this. We're going to, and then into the hot oil, we're going to press down so that the surface of the strainer touches the bottom of the wok. And you want to fry about 30 seconds on a moderate heat. You also want to tilt the strainer all around so that you get all the edges fried. Careful and don't fry them too long because they will burn on the bottom. 30 seconds should do. Drain them well and set them aside on kitchen paper towels. Those are parchment paper. And we can continue with all the remaining bowls like this. Make sure that you press down onto the tortilla with your second slotted spoon like this. Apply a little bit of pressure to make sure that you don't lose the shape of the bowl. Once the bottom fries up, it sets into shape. So we're just going to continue with all the remaining flour tortillas like this. Place them all on kitchen paper towel to drain the excess oil. And you can see our shawarma bowls are ready. They're nice and crispy crunchy on the bottom and the edges, but just soft enough to eat. So we're going to add around 2 tablespoons of the filling to each one of these bowls, but we also need that special shawarma sauce. So to make an easy shawarma sauce, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise as well as 2 tablespoons of yogurt into a small zipper bag. To this, we're going to add half a teaspoon of chili powder and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder and 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. That's optional. We're going to mix that all up really well to make a small piping bag. Make sure the filling is still warm when you're serving. And once all the bowls are filled with that delicious filling, we can top them with that tasty shawarma sauce. Make sure you serve them as quickly as possible. The cups are really crunchy and crisp on the outside and puffed and soft on the inside. And the filling is just delicious. It's a perfect finger food and people will enjoy this at any party or get together. We hope you try this simple recipe. Please let us know in the comment section if you tried the recipe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.